with your seniors, they came in after a down year and really helped to build the West Virginia identity. What do those two guys mean to you in this program?
Jay-Sean has been, I think, a very reliable scorer for us. And John's been, I think, if you had to single one guy out to key to what the pressure, it's been him. He plays with great enthusiasm. He plays with great passion, and he's so long. He leads us in deflections. He's close to leading us in steals, and that's missing 4 games. So he's the key to our pressure.
Obviously, there's other pieces, but could the turnaround have happened like it did without those two?
I don't know who else we would have gotten instead. But no, they've been great. I mean, those are 2 guys. And you throw Tariq in there. Tariq was another guy who came in at that time. I think the great thing was they were very appreciative to be here. I think 2, they were very loyal because of the opportunity, and I think they bought into the culture here as well as you could ask anybody to do.
With the tournament right around the corner, how are you getting these guys to focus on the game at hand rather than the hype that surrounds, the month of March?
I'm not sure we know what else is going on, to be honest with you. They have been really good at understanding. We had one game where we just didn't respond very well, but if y'all traveled with us and you get back at 4 in the morning and get up and go to class, sometimes it's kind of hard to run. I think you just don't. It's hard to have a routine with the travel that these guys do. But I mean, they've been great. They've been great in terms of practice. We've had some bad ones, but not very many. Really only one game where I didn't think we had great enthusiasm.
We've had since the preseason these Houston shirts with the date in April, knowing that the Final Four is what their goal is. As a head coach of a team that puts its sort of expectations that high right at the beginning of the year, what do you like about that? Did you have anything to do with getting those shirts made? How does something like that get into their minds that early in the season and stay right until now?
Somebody told me a long time ago when I asked John F. Kennedy to run for vice president because he was young and used to graduate Catholic. He said, why settle for second when first is available? And I've always thought that was a pretty good motto. Why would you not try to be the best? They certainly have tried to buy into that. And who knows? We had a spell in 2010 where we lost a few, and everybody kind of, as they're apt to go around here very quickly, give up on it. And we had one of those this year, but it's hard not to. It's hard not to when you play in the leagues that we've played in, and then with the competition we've had. And I mean, the travel's not easy. It's not an excuse, but it's not easy.
Hey, Bob.
Yeah.
I understand the whole not who started, who finishes thing, right? Can't argue that. But the way you kind of pull guys out early in games, even like Saturdays, and the way you all play, where you need your bench to overwhelm in late stages of the halves. Does your starting group have to be better earlier in games so it's not taxing the bench as much?
It'd be nice if they were. But I think it's also good the second unit that we got to come in there when other people are tired. I think that's a tremendous advantage for us. And generally to start the games, people are all keyed up, and most of the time people don't come out of the gate making shots that they make later on.
Most of the time, the great coaches get players for 2 years, but it's the first 2 years of their career. You've had a lot of success when people come in, after the careers have started, and been derailed in whatever regard. Why, and what's the secret to finding the right people, I guess?
Well, you try to get guys, but you try to get any of them. You try to get guys that love to play. I think that's imperative. But I think the other thing is, Bob, I learned a long time ago, you can't coach junior college guys or transfers the way you coach freshmen. I think freshmen are kind of conditioned that, okay, I'm going to come in and learn for a year and then I'll be ready to go. Well, these guys have 2 years left. They don't want to sit around and learn for a year and really get to play 1 year. So, with those guys, we've always tried to make their learning curve a lot faster, kind of force feed them, so to speak, and try to get them caught up quicker than what you would expect of an 18-year-old kid.
They can handle it because they've had experience, I presume, more than.
Well, their frame of reference generally is a little bit better, because they've played high school basketball and then they played somewhere else, or they played at a junior college or whatever, where they've been exposed to more things.
What you're talking about, what John kind of gives you at the head of that press, not easy to find that on a year-to-year basis. Is it a guy that kind of does what he does? How difficult is that to replace when you think about next year?
Well, it'll be difficult to replace, but I think Nate's done a really good job. I think Nate's understanding of playing that position is really good, so it's kind of comforting to have somebody like him back. I think, Lamont's got great length. He's a guy who we're trying to groom to be able to take over that spot.
Going back to the bench thing, does it change your plans in the game if you got to pull out Javon or Dax or somebody in that first 2 minutes?
No, not really. They play until they get tired. As soon as they get tired, they come out. That's never the same. It's some of the assistants said, why don't we sub every 4 minutes? Because the pace of the game sometimes is such that they can't go 4 minutes. And then sometimes, why do you want to take Devin out or take somebody like that out when you don't really need to take them out? Every game's different. The pace of the game is different. How many fouls are there? How many times do they go to the monitor? How many out of bounds stoppages in play are there?
Change when you get to one and done though?
Well, I don't ever really want stoppages in play. Because we want to keep grinding on them as much as we possibly can. We want to wear them down. That's why the foul thing bothers us more than getting fouls called on us. It's a continual stoppage of play.